Hi everyone. No, let me stop being dramatic. Hello. So today I want to do a follow-up video um, talking about Kevin Samuels. And really it's not so much about Kevin Samuels. I want to speak about the women that call into the show. Okay, I think by now everybody knows the average at best video. I think that's what got everybody's attention and had them paying attention to Kevin Samuels. And I don't have many followers, but for those of you that saw my first video, that's what it was about. And now that he's hit 1 million subscribers, my opinion has not changed. When I watched that video, I of course I initially saw the snippet, but before I posted my video, I watched the entire thing. So that may have something to do with why my opinion is and was the way I said it is and was, because I didn't just go off the clip. And I feel that same way about the Bible, but that's another topic another day. Anyway, because people chop and screw scriptures to fit their situation in a way that benefits them, instead of like looking at it as a whole in context. Who wrote it? What was going on then? How did it apply then? And can you apply it now? But that's another stuff. Anyway, a lot of people have been outraged by Kevin, particularly women, mostly women that have weight issues and that have children. And I say that respectfully because some people have weight problems that they're going to be challenged with. And like I said in my first video, everybody's not meant to be skinny. Now, I'm a big advocate of health. I'm not one of those people that stays in the gym every day. I do exercise daily. Nothing too crazy, but I believe it's very important to stay active and to exercise. Your body needs it. It has to have it. Like, just like you need food and water, you gotta move. You gotta move. But anyway, getting to the women that cross. So now, like I said, a lot of people are outraged. Mostly women that are overweight, and mostly women that have kids that are single parents, mothers, and particularly the single parent moms that were not wives. And I get it. Weight is a very sensitive thing. So is being a single parent. A lot of women, however, intentionally have children. A lot of women hope that the pregnancy and the baby will make the man become the man she wants him to be. No, just no. Nonetheless, I find myself being fascinated by the women that call into the show. I find the things that a lot of them say and the things that a lot of them question to be intriguing and also mind-boggling. And I've even asked myself, if I was to call into his show, would I sound like that? Like, would I come across like that? I think y'all know what I'm saying when I say that, right? I don't think that these women that purposely call with the intent of making a fool out of themselves. I think there are genuine questions, genuine conversations. In most cases, you do have some women that call in straight clowning. But yeah, I think they're very genuine. And I it's entertaining as it can be. It also saddens me, and sometimes, to be quite frank, it kind of stresses me, because it's like, is she serious? Like, does she hear herself? And one of the things that really gets me is, right, when the women call in and they're like, I don't feel like I deserve a high value man. I want to get married. I want to have 1, maybe 2 kids. When he asked, like, how much of the household expenses do you plan to contribute? It's like, They have no clue. And what blows my mind about that, right, is especially if you're a single parent mom and you're already out here in this world living life, right? How can you not have any concepts of what it takes to have a family, to take care of a family in a way that is not where you're living from paycheck to paycheck, having to request assistance. I'm talking about being comfortable. You got a decent house. Um, you're not eating peanut butter sandwiches for dinner or cheese toast for dinner. Bologna and making bologna sandwiches or franks and beans. And I'm not saying anything wrong with that. My family used to have that for dinner. Trust and believe. And it was the same as gourmet to us at the time as kids. Like, we just, I don't know. But anyway, it's like, getting back to the ladies. How is it that you have no concepts of what it truly takes to raise a child and you're living on your own with a child? Like, I don't understand that. And it makes me think, well, maybe they're getting government assistance. Because if they're getting government assistance and they're helping them pay their bills, then maybe that's why they don't get conceptually how much it really takes. And then sometimes I think, like, then you have the women that call in where they got good jobs and they making decent money and they still like, and I'm just like, what in the world? Are they really living alone? I don't know. But, I'm not trying to bash women at all. I'm a woman. I don't have it all figured out. There was a show that Kevin did last week. I think it was Wednesday show. And I kind of felt like he was talking about me on that show. I was like, wait a minute. Is he talking about me? Am I like that? Because, listen, I'm 44, never married, no kids, no pregnant, none of that. And, I think Kevin will label me like in a no man's land. And, whether I like it or not, sometimes I feel like that's really kind of where I'm at. When I was coming up, drugs were crazy. It was a thing, like graduating from high school. It was more dudes selling drugs than going to college. And it was out here in the streets, living that street life. And I never wanted any parts of that. But, I won't go there. But it was just different. I feel like I kind of got caught in an awkward situation, which is how it is like with a lot of people that are my age. Most of my classmates have grandchildren. I'm talking about multiple grandchildren in their 40s. And I'm 44, but they're, I say, within the 5-year range, right? And I ain't talking about like 2 and 3-year-old grandchildren. I'm talking about like grandchildren. Because they started when they was like 14, 15, 16, 17. So like their kids are like in their mid-20s. Some of them now starting to almost hit 30. They started having kids when they were teenagers. They got pretty much almost grown grandchildren. Like, it's crazy to me. And it's almost hard for me to conceptualize because I'm trying to process one child. And I would love to be a mother. I'll be very clear about that. But, then it's like that. The reality is like, okay, you're 44. Like, you have a baby now. Or you're pregnant now, you're 45. But I have a child. And I could be 55 with a 10-year-old. Like, that is crazy. And I have had so many women tell me, please, you don't need to have no man, have no baby. Or, girl, just get your family to do this. And, team no man. Just have the baby if that's what you want. And I'm just like, to me, that is so crazy to me. Especially after seeing the way they struggle and hearing their stories and hearing what they talk about. And I'll turn around on the flip side. I was talking to one of my homeboys Sunday, as a matter of fact. He was talking about his two of his kids' mother. And he's telling me about some of the stuff that he's going through and dealing with them. And I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, why would you even have sex with somebody like that? More or less, produce a child with somebody like that. And I didn't ask him that because I would never want to come across as judgmental. You never know what somebody might have been going through, and stuff like that. and sometimes things happen. They just do. The thing with it is, though, there are consequences. You know what I'm saying? And as much as these single women that get outraged and upset about the things that Kevin Samuel says, what women have to think about is right now his target audience is women. I mean, his channel is more so for men, I believe, but right now his focus is on women, on women, and I think he's putting a spotlight on things to kind of like create a conversation, which he's done an excellent job at doing that, and to make people think. You gotta think more. You gotta think better. And women have been conning and manipulative since Eve. Okay, so it is what it is. On the opposite side of that single parent mom is a dude that impregnated that single parent mom. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta get it both ways. I mean, you can't just. Right now, his target is with the women, so that's who he's talking to. That's what the focus is. When his focus is on the men, and he's calling out the men, he called them out the same way. So, that's just my little thoughts, my little 2 cents on the situation. And I just, the example I just gave you with an example. My friend with the 2 baby mamas that are taking him through whatever, and he's having to deal with this, and I question, like, why would you make a baby with this woman, right? Or women. You can hear the 2 women side of the story, and it could be something totally different. You know, either way you slice it, neither of them should have made the choices that they made. The reality of that choice, those choices are these kids that are growing up screwed up. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. And it's mind-boggling to me as a woman that's never married, never had kids, when people are like, something must be wrong with you. Or it's a red flag when a woman reaches a certain age and she doesn't have kids. And to me, it's crazy to me that would be considered a red flag. Because to me, that means I was being responsible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always looked at having a child as a big deal, right? It's a real big deal. I don't want to do it alone. It takes a man and woman to make a child. I think a man and woman should raise a child. And there's no bashing on same sex at all. Just my opinion. Just my opinion, right? And that's not something I want to do alone, right? I feel like you have more chances of developing somebody that can contribute to society when you do it together, opposed to splitting households and doing this and that and other. And but yeah, and again, there's no judgment. Things happen. You know, life is life. Life is not fair. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to throw that in there. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this short. Like, comment, subscribe. I finally hit 100. What do you call it when the people follow you? Subscribers. Yeah. And I still don't know what I'm gonna do with this whole YouTube thing. If I'm doing anything with it, like I said, I don't work for myself. People be watching, people be listening, and sometimes they create stories and agendas that are not there. And that's something I have to consider. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you like it. If not, it is what it is. Ciao.